Hello YouTubers!
Hello!
We are Jasmine and Melissa Hemsley of Hemsley and Hemsley, and we are delighted to be here at Feastival making a sausage and cider stew, and it is one of our favourites, and we're really happy to be doing our first food tube with you.
First off, we've got good meat. We live in a cold country. This is a great way
Lovely
to get
meat.
plenty of veggies in. Soups and stews are one of the most economical and sustainable ways of feeding yourself and a family, so this is great for feeding a crowd. We recommend doubling, quadrupling the recipe if you want, and yeah, batch cooking, we love it. I'm just going to start browning our sausages. We've got massive sausages here, so a little bit of ghee into the pan. We're using ghee because we love to cook with saturated fats. They're more heat stable than, say, vegetable oils, which have been refined and processed to be more heat stable. So we've got gluten-free sausages here, and we're just going to brown them because that lovely caramelizing adds to the flavor.
How bad is that chopping? And that is why stews are amazing, because you don't have to think about them. You can be the world's worst chopper, nice and chunky, can't go wrong. I've got my onion and leek. You could just use onion, or you could use a combination of both, but really, I always just go for whatever I've got. So anything that's slightly oniony, even if I had a load of spring onions, I'd chuck it in. That's all ready to go in there. And you've beautifully chopped over there, Jazz.
I have. No. Yeah, here's one I did earlier.
You can tell we didn't chop that because it's so beautifully chopped.
So the celery and the carrots can go in with these, and that'll be kind of the aromatics, so they can kind of sweeten up and as the sausages cook.
So really, this is the easiest job of all.
And the messiest.
You really don't need two of us, but we always do things together because two for the price of one.
Got the celery going in, so the carrots can start cooking now. We've also got, I mean, most stews have potatoes in. We've gone for swede. It's got a lower starch to it. It's got a lovely flavour.
I'm going to throw in tomato puree, some mustard. I like it really mustardy, so I'm going for 2.
So sausage and sage, always going to go well.
I'm going to add loads of herbs. And I know people that only use sage like in their sausage stuffing at Christmas, but it is incredible. Also, because you've given it to me and it is so lovely, we're going to go thyme and rosemary. You could use dried versions of these.
Yeah.
I'm going to put in now, I always use the stalk of parsley. Stalk's quite bitter and tough, so it needs a bit of love in the cooking process. So I'll put it in now. And then, Jazz, we could probably get liquid in.
So we've got some hot bone broth here. You can use your own homemade stock. We call it bone broth because we cook it a much longer period of time to get the nutrients out. So it's super flavourful, but just pop that all in.
It's looking a bit dry. I've got the cider and the sausage and cider stew.
I'll bring that up to the boil.
So I actually don't really drink cider, but I absolutely love it in here.
You
I've
don't
actually
love
put
it.
500
You
mils.
said you don't like cider.
I like it in my stew. I like it.
Caught you up. Let's leave it off because it's got to bubble off. I'm supposed to deglaze the pan with the cider, but you know. Okay, this goes to show how anybody can cook.
I've got black pepper in my eyes because a bit of wind just came.
Okay, so everything's in the pot now. The sausages will need another 5 minutes and then we'll take them out.
Yum.
And slice them, put them aside. So we're going to go and do a book signing and let that just cook off.
Perfect. Yum.
Okay, so that's reduced down nicely. We've put the sausages back in there to reheat. We've got 2 minutes before Gennaro comes on stage next door to get this filming done. So let's, Mel, plate up.
I'm ready. So I made some cauliflower mash. Have you ever had that? Cauliflower mash is one massive big head of cauliflower, roughly chopped, steamed with some garlic, and then I blended it with butter and salt and pepper, and it's amazing. That's the cauliflower mash. You could use broccoli mash too.
Cabbage is another great one to have with sausages. That's an absolute classic.
Right, desperate for some stew now. I think Gennaro's coming on. We've got a spare plate for Gennaro. I hope he likes sausage and cider stew. Woo! Okay, so there you go. So that was our sausage and cider stew, and it is one of our favourite recipes from our book, The Art of Eating Well. Jasmine likes it, hope you did too. And subscribe to the FOODTUBE channel and let them know if you want us to make any more recipes for you.
Leave a comment in the bottom and we'll come back and cook some more food. Thank you very much.